How's it going, y'all? My name is Aiden Anderson, and this is the Moscow Minutes. I'll be bringing you a breakdown of the Moscow City Council meeting from November 7th, 2022. Highlights from this meeting include a Halloween costume contest, a report from the Tree Commission, new custodial services for some city buildings, and a public hearing for the Edington estates. Let's get into it. The meeting kicked off with a proclamation for Veterans Day, which was followed by the awards for the Moscow Farmers Market Halloween Costume Contest. Amanda Argona went through the winners of this past year and took photos of those winners who were present at the meeting. Next up, the annual report from the Moscow Tree Commission. David Schott and Ellis Eifert, the chair of the Tree Commission, presented on what they've accomplished this past year, including the Arbor Day celebration, the Tree City USA Award, seedling giveaways at the Moscow Farmers Market, and the Moscow Heritage Tree Program. Following that, David Schott of city staff presented on the consideration of custodial services for certain city buildings. The City of Moscow published an invitation for custodial service bids back in February, from which 2 successful bids were made, with one provider taking 5 of the 6 facility modules outlined by the city at the time. This provider was later terminated due to a failure to perform the duties assigned to them, leaving these same modules without janitorial service. ServiceMaster, the provider for the last of the 6 modules previously outlined, was invited to take on additional modules, and they made a bid for 2 additional modules, modules number 2 and number 6, in the amount of $126,508.17. The City Council approved this bid for the additional modules unanimously. Next up, a public hearing for the Edington estates. This was a public hearing with a number of action items associated with it, all focused on a 13.75-acre property located southwest of Palouse River Drive. The following actions were to be decided upon by the Moscow City Council regarding this property. Requests were made to have this property annexed into the city, to be rezoned as residential office or RO zoning from being agricultural forestry or AF zoning, to create 9 lots, each about an acre or acre and a half in size, referred to as the Edington Estates. The Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval of these actions with no conditions, while the Transportation Commission recommended approval with the condition that the applicant provide a pedestrian connection from the southern end of a private street to the adjacent property to the south of this main property. The City Council fielded questions regarding the private drive that runs through the property, as well as the topography of the property and the size of the lots as it relates to housing in the city of Moscow, and ultimately they approved all of these action items 4-1, with Councilmember Julia Parker being the one dissenting vote. The City Council then gave their reports, where each council member gives an update as to what they've been up to recently, with some highlights being the Orchid Awards, a PBAC meeting, and the upcoming midterm elections, which by the time this video is out may have already happened, so stay tuned for those. The City Council then voted to adjourn to executive session. And that's the latest from the Moscow City Council. As always, we'll have the relevant links posted with this video, so please check those out. And if you have any questions, let us know. This is Aiden Anderson with the Moscow Minutes. See you next time.